Be talking about labor markets. So there's two parts. You got the market and the firm. And we'll start is right here. As you can see, you have the wage rate, or it takes a place of price. And then as well right here, you have the quantity of labor. Now, as you see, as the price goes down, the demand of labor increases. Then as the price goes up, the supply of labor increases. And that is just because as more money is being, let's say as a job is offering more money, more people want to work since they have an opportunity to make that more money. But when wages go down, they want to get more workers cheaply as possible. Now, as you can see, the equilibrium price is when supply and demand intersect. So quantity star is the equilibrium quantity of labor. And then right here is the equilibrium wage. And that carries over to the firm because the firm is just going to use the wage that the market has already set in this particular just regular labor market. And there's two things right here. You have MFC and MRP. And this is basically this is basically the cost of each increment of the labor. And then this is the cost of the basically the revenue of each increment of the product. All right. You have marginal revenue product, and then you have marginal factor cost. There we go. And basically, you want to keep, how you want to do it is you want the revenue to be greater than the cost, or it hits when it's right at equal. That's as far as you want to go when we're talking about labor, how much labor you want to do. Because anything after that, the amount of workers you bring on is going to cost more than the revenue that you are providing. As you see, you have the wage, and then you have the quantity right here. Now this right here is just showing more with the marginal revenue product. Because let's say you have the labor, you have 0, you're going to produce 0, of course. If you have one person, you produce 2 things. And then right here for the MPL, you have 2. And then the MR, you have 4. And then for the marginal revenue product, the MRP, you have 8. This is marginal product labor, and this is marginal revenue. And then 2 across like this. And as you can see, why this is going down, the revenue, is because over time you have diminishing marginal returns as you keep bringing people on. Because at first it starts off high, and then as you keep bringing people on, it goes down. And that is what's happening. And that's why you want to produce up until it equals each other. That's how much labor you want to bring on, because anything after that, you're going to lose money. The cost is going to be greater than revenue. Now, for the next video, we're going to talk about the prices, like the price floor, and then the price of goods being sold going up and down, stuff like that. Hey, dude, name Mr. Sunheim. We're going to be discussing if prices go up for a good, what happens to the firm. Let's give me 1 minute. Make sure I got a prompt. The price of the good being sold goes up or down. Well, let's say jeans. I'm working through the Eisenman company, and we're selling bell-bottom jeans. And the price for it goes, it just explodes. And the interest for it is there and everything. And the price for it goes up. Well, my revenue would increase. The marginal revenue product would go to the right. But the marginal factor cost, or the cost for the labor, will increase because I would need to get more workers, which will increase my cost to produce those numbers needed to reach demand. So the quantity that was originally here now shifts here. And then when you also go to the firm, so you have your second here, your new marginal factory cost and the new marginal revenue product. So all right here. Now if we go to the firm, you can see, since marginal revenue is the same as over here, is the equivalent to the market labor demand curve, that will also shift to the right. We'll make a new equilibrium for the wages. and the wages will increase because they need a more higher need for the worker, so they're willing to pay more to get that worker in. And then the quantity of labor needed increases as well. So you have the quantity right here in the product and all that. Not a product, but anyway, moving on. It can also have the reverse rule as well. If let's say the price goes down because nobody wants it, it's going terribly, then MR marginal revenue product shifts to the left, and marginal factor cost also goes down as well. And the new quantity that you need is here. And back up here, same thing for the market. It also shifts to the left, and because it happens, wages goes down, and the quantity of labor needed also goes down because they don't need to produce as much anymore. And that's what happens when the price goes up and down. The quantity of the factors right here. The firm quantity equilibrium is here, as you can see, and then MFC, but all that switches with the price. Now we're going to move on to binding price floor on the labor. We're talking about minimum wage and price floors. Let's get into it. So in the unregulated market, this is unskilled labor market right here. You have supply and you have demand. Demand is the employers and supply is the workers. So in this, $6 is the equilibrium price or wage rate. Come down. 22 is, the quantity of labor quantity. We're just gonna put this in millions of hours per month, but we're not worried about it. We'll just say 22 labor quantity. And the government says, oh, all right, let's get into this first. So in this regular market, you have producer surplus and you have consumer surplus right here and right here. Now, let's say the government's like, this is not a livable wage. We need to add a price floor so we can increase the minimum wage rate. So they increased up to $7. Well, that messes up the whole original market. So as it goes up to $7 and comes back down, the new quantity demanded is 21. But the supplier, the number of people wanting to work at that price goes up to here. So you have the need, you have the demand for 21 workers, but it's supposed to be 23, my bad. 23 workers want to work due to the increased wage. So what does that create? That creates an oversupply in the market. This gap right here, from this dot to this dot. And this is your price floor right here. Now, continuing, it messes up all this right here that we originally had. Producer surplus goes all the way up here because the people that are working are benefiting highly from the increased wage, and then consumer surplus went from here to here, and that also creates dead weight loss. And this is all that you've lost when you increase that ceiling up there. And you lose 1 million. You have fewer jobs. We'll just put this in 1 million for this example. We just lost, let's say 1 million jobs. Yeah, 21. Yeah, we kind of think it's 1 million. So you lost 1 million jobs right there. Because you went from 22 to 21. So you just lost 1 million. And then 23 to 21 right there. You have the oversupply. And I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yep, looks good.